GIC webpage, and they saw about my link thing, and they were so curious about that. So I had a wonderful opportunity to share with them what the talk is about today. I basically gave the talk there, you know, and so I have some opportunity to reach out to Koreans, and not only my work, but I'm a member of the Wolkwang English Church, and the people there, they're very open about talking to Link, so I share with them, and they always support this initiative.
Can you talk a little bit about what happens, like first when the refugees link up with Link, and then like what they do after?
Right, so I don't know anything about the underground passage model. I know they have some connections, they have a network, they usually, money's involved, and they somehow get the refugees safely across. When they come to South Korea, they have to go quite a bigger, how can I say it? They question them. They put them in a special safe house and they question them to make sure that they are not spies, which is not always the preferred option. I mean, these guys have just been through, you can imagine, and then they're in that. So usually Link takes them to America, and then there they put them, they've got like a house, like a dormitory, and they live there with Americans, and they have their own bunk beds. I know they stay in bunk beds, and they meet other North Korean refugees, and then they just start taking care of them. Is that okay?
That's good. That's good. Can you share a success story that you've heard about? Someone who's gone through the Link program and what they're doing now?
Well, there are hundreds, and all of them are on the Link website. So Shin was my big one, but there's a young girl, her name is Yumi. She recently escaped, and she's just come out with a bag. She's speaking English, and she is on TED, and she's gotten threat letters from Kim Jong-un. I don't know if it's real, but she says he's threatened to kill her family because of what she's doing in the Western world. So there are a bunch of North Koreans who are speaking English, and they are just telling their story to everyone. So please, you can just check it out on TED, on YouTube, on the Link website, hundreds of stories.
Do you know if Link is taking any steps towards changing China's policy against the treatment of the North Korean people?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably not, no. Because like I said, Link is a non-political organization. So I don't think something like that is going on, which is actually a good idea. But I mean, we're talking about China, so I think Link is just doing what they can by themselves right now, yes. That's a good question.
What do you think North Koreans need the most from people from other countries?
I know, I told you it's not church affiliated or anything but prayer. Definitely, first and foremost, if you're Christian, and pray for them. Secondly, get involved with Link, because this is the most legit you're going to get to getting involved in helping those people. Get involved, donate, tell people about Link, tell people about what's happening to the people. Because like they say, we are just focusing on the politics. And I think people need to change their perspective, especially in Korea, especially amongst Koreans. And we as foreigners have an opportunity to share with them our perspective. So they're much open more to listen to that. So I think just get informed, be sure you know what you're talking about when you are talking about North Korea, and get involved with Link. Get involved with Link, absolutely.
A personal question, what is the most important thing that you've learned with working with Link?
Link hasn't taught me anything. The North Korean people, they've taught me a lot. I've learned so much about, you know why? Because I love South Korea. This is why I started, because I love South Korea and I wanted to do something to reach out, because if you think about it, it's still one place, okay? This is family. And I think South Korea is doing great at this stage. We're living a life here, right? But they are not. And they have just as much right to live in freedom and to live as wonderfully as what we do. So I think I've learned a lot from the people about life.
Okay. We only have time for one more question today. The talk was very interesting and there's lots of really good questions.
Yes.
So if you didn't hear your question being asked, you can talk to her after the talk and I'm sure she'll answer it. So my last question is, what do you hope that people will learn from our talk and how they can get involved with your chapter?
I hope you all realize how fortunate you are. Okay. I hope you must be thankful for where you are, for how you're living. And then secondly, don't walk out there and just forget about this. Okay. Just do one more thing today when you get home. Just go onto the link website and go read some stories about the refugees. And I hope that we will just become more compassionate for North Korea. And talk to me. If you want to donate, please. If you have an idea for a fundraiser, let's talk, you know. I have these wonderful people who are interested who are part of the Guangzhou team. So if you have any initiative, any ideas of raising funds, come on, go ahead.
Okay. That's all the time we have for the Q&A portion of the talk, but let's join together and give Amy a round of applause.